Hi everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima. I hope you're all doing well. In this video, I want to talk about some fantastic, sweet fragrances that can be worn during the hot weather. And all of these fragrances, so I have here 5 niche and 5 designers, and I will not mention them in a specific order. And these sweet fragrances, although they are sweet, they are all exotic. Each one of them has an exotic feel in them, and that's why I think they work wonderfully during more the summer weather, the summer season. And so with that being said, let's start off with the designer side. In a designer side first, and I have here fragrance from the house of Prada, and the fragrance is Prada L'Homme Intense. This one right here. Actually, I have a video talking about my favorite designer iris fragrances, and I'm ranking them in a specific order. And this one was featured there, of course, so feel free to check that video out if you love iris fragrances and you are looking for a more affordable iris fragrance. And this one is wonderful. Now this one I think it's maybe the least exotic, or one of the less exotic fragrances that I have here, because this is all about iris, of course, and this also has patchouli, this also has a hint of labdanum, and it has a suede nuance. The iris here, it's quite soapy like in Prada L'Homme, but this one feels more dark, more mysterious, more sensual, and I think it works wonderfully during the warmer weather. Because again, although it has a sweetness in here, although it's darker than the original Homme, much darker, has a slightly earthy quality, but this is still very wearable. The soapy iris in here gives more wearability effect in here, and that's why I think it works wonderfully during the hot weather. This is very seductive, and it's quite long lasting actually. So I think this is a great alternative if you're searching for a fragrance that goes in the same realm of Dior Homme Intense or Valentino Uomo Intense. I think this is a much versatile option than the previous two, and I think it's more likable if you want to dive into iris fragrances. So again, starting off this video, Prada L'Homme Intense. Next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Hermès, and it is L'Ombre des Merveilles. And you all know how much I love this fragrance. I actually love this whole line of Hermès. It's quite underrated, and I have a video comparing this one with Elixir des Merveilles. I could have mentioned Elixir des Merveilles as well, but although that's a bit sweeter and it's definitely more gourmand than this one. So this one, as the name implies, this is an amber fragrance. But the amber in here, it's not sticky, it's not gooey, it's not overly sweet, and definitely feels exotic because of the white florals that it has in here. So this is mainly this sparkly, floral, resinous, slightly sweet amber. But again, it's not very sweet, it's not very gooey, it's not sticky like usually amber fragrances are. This one feels much more wearable and feels incredible. It's a perfect date night fragrance. It's a wonderful, seductive, sensual fragrance, and I absolutely love the bottle presentation of this fragrance and of all of these fragrances of the Merveilles collection. Stunning. I can't believe that this comes from a designer brand. It has a high quality ingredients, at least feels like high quality. After all, Hermès, it's still a very high-end designer fragrance brand. And you all know that this year is the year of Hermès for me. This is absolutely wonderful. If you're searching for a nice designer amber fragrance, which you will not find that much in the designer realm. This is the perfect designer amber fragrance that doesn't feel designer at all. So from the house of Hermès, a sweet, not overly sweet, exotic amber fragrance that it's wonderful for the warm weather, L'Ombre des Merveilles. Now the next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Chanel, and this doesn't need any introduction. I think I never covered this fragrance in this channel. It is Allure Homme Sport Eau Extrême. This one, I mean, it's so popular, and I think that's why I never mentioned this fragrance before. But I already have this fragrance for like more than 3 years, definitely. This is not my favorite from Chanel, and actually this doesn't feel like a Chanel fragrance. Chanel usually it's more classy, it's more sophisticated, feels more elegant, it's not sweet. This one is, like the name suggests, very sporty, and it's sweet. It has a lot of tonka bean. Tonka bean is the most prominent note of Allure Homme Eau Extrême, and this has, how can I say this? This really has like a gym fragrance, if that makes sense, impression. You know that those type of fragrances that are fresh, are sporty, are, well, more affordable than the more regular designer fragrances. You know those type of fragrances, like let's say an Adidas fragrance. This definitely feels like that, but of course not as scratchy, of course with higher ingredients, with a better blend, but the scent character is like a fresh, has a mild greenness in here. This has clary sage, mandarin orange, has some pepperiness, vanilla, and a lot of tonka bean. It has also mint, and maybe that's why this is very fresh. But again, all of these fragrances, all of these fragrance notes that are used in here, they don't come across like, for example, mint or clary sage. Don't have the greenness. They are not, don't have a natural feel in them. So again, this is very sporty. It has that fresh, sporty effect with a lot of tonka bean. This is sweet, it's still fresh, and I think that's why it's perfect for the warm weather. This is quite masculine, and well, although it's not my favorite from Chanel, this doesn't feel like a Chanel fragrance. Still, I think it's a great fragrance. Still, I think it works wonderfully for an everyday fragrance, for a casual day fragrance. I think it works wonderfully. I don't see, this is not that serious to be worn like in a formal event or in the office. I think this is perfect for casual days, perfect for even day to night, for, well, all sort of occasions except more formal scenarios. Still, I think it's a good fragrance. I think it serves its purpose. Sweet, fresh. I mean, you can't hate this fragrance. So I think it's wonderful for the summertime. Allure Homme Sport Eau Extrême. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Christian Dior, and it is Fahrenheit Le Parfum. Absolutely love this fragrance. I love the bottle presentation first, and this is outstanding. I'm not like a huge fan of the original Fahrenheit. Never smelled the vintage Fahrenheit. Oh, but this one, oh, this is so good. So you have rum, you have vanilla, you have violets, and you have suede. Man, oh, I absolutely love each one of these notes, and the blend is so good. So good. This has an exotic feel because of the rum, because of the vanilla. And then you have this smooth, slightly ozonic nuance from the violet, and the suede gives more body, gives a bit more complexity. but I think, and that's why I think this is perfect for the warmer weather, because of the rum, because of the vanilla. This is quite exotic, and it's so edible, it's so delicious. I love the vanilla in here, and this fragrance, it's not loud, it's actually quite alluring, it's quite seductive, quite smooth, and it's not piercing. I mean, it will not choke you off. You will not, definitely will not fill a room with this one. Oh, but it's so addicting. Absolutely love this. Fahrenheit Le Parfum from Christian Dior. I think it's one of the best, at least in the more designer side of things of Dior. It's definitely one of the best of Dior. Again, Fahrenheit Le Parfum. And last but definitely not least, from the house of Bvlgari, and the fragrance is Bvlgari Man in Black, the original. I wanted to feature Black Orient, but I think that fragrance is a bit harder to get nowadays. This is still readily available, and it's still fantastic. So you have rum, again, it's quite boozy. I love my boozy fragrances. You have rum, you have spices, quite peppery, with a small hint of saffron, and you have leather. So this is often compared with the original Viktor & Rolf Spice Bomb, and I definitely see the comparison. I prefer this one a bit more. This is more mature, and again, I love the boozy nuance in here and the leather accord that is in the base of this fragrance, which is actually quite prominent when it starts to dry down. So although this feels heavy, but doesn't wear heavy, and that's why I think it's wonderful for the warm weather. Of course, with each one of these fragrances, you need to go easy on the trigger. I mean, you don't want to overspray yourself, you don't want to choke yourself out. With this one, works the same way. Just go easy on the trigger and you will see the magic happening. So you start off with this boozy, delicious rum accord with pepper. This has pink pepper, has black pepper. Usually pink pepper gives a cheap impression in the designer fragrance, but actually here works wonderfully. One of the few fragrances that I do enjoy the pepperiness, the pink pepper effect in here. Then you have leather. This fragrance feel, it has like this bad boy feel. I think this is perfect for night out situations, and perfect for date scenarios as well. I think this is better if you want to wear this in the warm weather. I think this will work wonderfully in the night out, during the night overall. I think this is a great, sexy, bad boy fragrance, and it's wonderful. That's why I have this in my collection in the first place. Great performance, actually, and it has more complexity than, or at least it feels more interesting than the original Spice Bomb from Viktor & Rolf. So again, from the house of Bvlgari Man in Black. Now let's talk about the niche side of things, and the first fragrance that I want to mention doesn't need any introduction here in this channel. It's from the house of Nishane, and it is Fan Your Flames. Boy, I absolutely love this fragrance. This is my favorite from Nishane. I already did actually a house overview of Nishane, so feel free to check that video out if you are curious to dive into Nishane house. This is perfect for summer. Oh, absolutely love this, and so many memories. I mean, you can see how much I already wore this. I have so many memories attached with this fragrance. So here you have coconut and rum, so right away all exotic nuances in here. And I absolutely love the coconut in here. It's one of the best coconut accords that I experienced in the fragrance. It feels like that coconut fruit, very realistic, and the rum in here is wonderful, and it's more intense, feels more heavy and more intense than, for example, in Bvlgari Man in Black. Here it's definitely more intense, and Then you have the more warm notes with the tobacco, with the tonka bean, with the cedar wood. And it has like an ambery feel in here. I also already did a review of Fan Your Flames, of course. Absolutely love this. It's a very unique scent in my opinion. I think it blends wonderfully like the more tropical accords with rum and coconut. Then you have the more oriental sweet facets with the tobacco, tonka bean, cedarwood. I absolutely love this one. I love the blend, I love the complexity, and I think it works so good during the summertime. Very long lasting, and it's one of my most complimented fragrances ever. So it's Nishane Fan Your Flames. The next fragrance that I want to feature is from the house of Rosendo Mateu, and this fragrance is another one that doesn't need any introduction here in this channel. So far it's the only fragrance I have from Rosendo Mateu, and it is number 5. Beautiful looking bottle, and again you can see the huge dent of this fragrance already. Rosendo Mateu, number 5. This is incredible. Oh, one of the most sexy, alluring, seductive fragrances that I have. One of the most addicting fragrances that I have. Oh, this is so good. This is quite sweet, well, that's why it's featured in this video. So this is all about amber. It's amber with white florals, has a hint of jasmine, and this amazing musk. And they actually say that this is a sensual musk. And I can really see that. I mean, this fragrance is very sensual in the first place. Yes, it's quite sweet. You need to have a sweet tooth to appreciate this one. I already did a review of number 5, so also feel free to check that video out. It's not complex, doesn't change all that much. This starts off with a blast of sweet amber, quite sparkly, warm, with this white florals, with a hint of jasmine, and then in the base, when it starts to dry down, you can see this furry musk effect. Oh, it's to die for. Absolutely love this one. Feels very exotic in my opinion. I just see myself wearing this one during the summertime, actually. I don't know, I have so many memories attached with this fragrance during the warmer weather, especially during the summer holidays, that I don't see myself pulling this one off like during the winter time or during the fall. I mean, I can, but I normally will wear this during the warmer weather. For some odd reason, this feels very tropical. I immediately see myself like in an island wearing this one. Oh, the tropical island, of course. So good, so edible even. Absolutely love this one. Please check this fragrance out if you like sweet fragrances. Check this one out. Rosendo Mateu, number 5. The next fragrance I have here is from a Portuguese niche perfume brand, Comporta Perfumes, which I already mentioned their fragrances in some videos on this channel already, and absolutely love this one. It is Muda. This one right here. Beautiful looking bottle, gorgeous looking bottle. This is a true wooden cap. This is very heavy and thick bottle. The cap also has some weight in here. Created by Luca Maffei, and actually you can see that they always highlight the parfumeur of each fragrance. Luca Maffei, also the nose behind Rose Taif in Paris Monte Carlo, and I think I can see some similarities, but oh, this one is out of this world. This is rose. This is all about rose, but it's this boozy whiskey rose. The rose is sweet and a bit jammy. It's musky and woodsy. Has vanilla, has myrrh. It's quite resinous, and musk, of course. Oh, This is so good. You don't have like a boozy accord, like an official boozy accord featured in here. So you have lemon, you have orange, and you have this fresh citrusy nuances right from the opening, which, well, they are not very detectable actually. This is definitely much more about the rose, and all of these notes combined. You also have a hint of galbanum in here, and all of these notes combined, they really create this whiskey impression for some odd reason, at least for me. So you have this sweet, bit jammy rose with whiskey, with resinous. You have myrrh, you have vanilla, you have musk. So it's a resinous, sweet, boozy rose. Oh, incredible, incredible. Feels very exotic for me. Oh, and it's so sensual. It is so sensual, so enveloping. And I really see myself wearing this one like during the night out situation after a day at the beach. Yeah. You go into a summer party or just a summer night out with your friends, and you will wear this. Absolutely love this one. Great performance. This will last you through the entire night. A great projection as well. So again, you need to go easy on the trigger with this one. Absolutely love this. It is Muda from Comporta Perfumes. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Stephane Humbert, and no, it's not Soleil de Jeddah, which could have been Soleil de Jeddah. I absolutely love that fragrance. One of my all-time favorites, actually. But no, this is a more underrated fragrance. I already did a review of this one like a couple of years ago. Fragrance is Nuit à Doha. Beautiful looking bottle. Gorgeous. Love this bottle presentation. Nuit à Doha. Ooh, so good. Oh, so good. So you have fennel, and just right from the opening feels quite unique. You have a heavy dose of Immortelle and a heavy dose also of tobacco with vanilla and tonka bean. This again, very exotic. It has a fruity nuance in here, but definitely the tobacco is the most prominent note. Basically, this is tobacco with Immortelle and with a sweet vanilla. And of course, the fennel. The fennel in here, I think it gives a nice, like a vegetal effect in here. Absolutely love this fragrance. Imagine like Soleil de Jeddah from the same brand blended with Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, and you have Nuit à Doha. Stunning combination. If you are familiarized with those two fragrances, yeah, I think you will absolutely love this, and that's why I think this is perfect for warm weather, because again, it feels very exotic. It's a bit spicy, it's sweet, it's a bit vegetal, it's a bit floral, it's fruity, heavy dose of tobacco. Yes, I mean, you have to try this. If you love these type of fragrances, if you love sweet tobacco fragrances, I think this is definitely a must try. And it's still different from the sweet tobacco fragrances out there, because usually when you think of sweet tobacco, you immediately think of Tobacco Vanille, which is the OG of that sweet tobacco DNA. This one, although you can see like a mild inspiration, but it's still very different. Just from the note breakdown, you will see that it's very different. And again, the only similarity is that the sweet tobacco that it uses, but it's in a completely different level. Love this one. Please check this one out. It's again very long lasting. I mean, the projection is great in the first couple of hours and sits closer to your skin, and that's why I think this is a very attractive fragrance, a very sensual, a very alluring fragrance. It's not that loud. It's not as loud as, for example, Soleil de Jeddah is. This one feels a bit more tamed, and that's why I absolutely love this. Is Nuit à Doha from Stephane Humbert. And last but definitely not least, this is literally my latest acquisition. It arrived yesterday from the house of Frederic Malle. This is starting to be the year of Frederic Malle as well. Man, I absolutely love this. It is Music for a While. Created by Carlos Benahim. Music for a While. Was not love at first sniff, I'll be honest here. I tried this like a couple of years ago and I wasn't that impressed. But when I purchased, it was French Lover, and I received, remember when I did my first impressions of 6 samples from Nose Paris, that website? One of them was Music for a While. So here is a full bottle. Oh man, this is fantastic. I'm wearing it right now. It's my scent of the day. Music for a While is all about this juicy, realistic, sweet pineapple with lavender and patchouli. Oh, it's in the air. It's in the air and it's so good. It's the best pineapple that I ever experienced. On my skin, feels very realistic. The pineapple, it's very prominent, it's sweet, but it's quite balanced, well balanced with the lavender. The lavender in here reminds me of the lavender featured in Caron pour un Homme, which is, well, probably the most, I would say it's the best lavender based perfume in the market nowadays. And the lavender that it's in Caron, it reminds me, or better, the lavender featured in here reminds me of Caron. So the lavender used in here comes across as an high quality, very high quality, realistic, smooth lavender, quite calming and relaxing, but with the fun, with the outgoing nuance of the pineapple. And then you have patchouli. The patchouli actually here creates a very earthy, very, I don't know, like a land, earthy land impression in the base. Absolutely love this. A very unique concoction. Never smelled anything like this before. This is not a fragrance that you might fall in love right away. Just give it time, spray on your skin, not just on paper. This is one of those fragrances that are very different from skin and paper. So definitely give this one a try on your skin, of course, and you will see the beauty. You will see how good this fragrance is. Very long lasting, and again, feels very exotic because of the pineapple. Absolutely love the pineapple in here. This even feels like a gourmand fragrance because of this sweet pineapple, this juicy sweet pineapple, that it's so realistic. I mean, I almost want to say that this is a gourmand fragrance just because of that. But it's not heavy. It's not that heavy. Yes, it's sweet, but you have the lavender to balance the sweetness. Then you have this earthy patchouli. So this is a very well balanced fragrance, and I think this works perfectly. This will work perfectly during the hotter weather. Love this, and I actually feel that this is quite sensual because of the sweet, juicy pineapple in here. So guys, Music for a While from Frederic Malle. It's a fragrance that you definitely need to check out. So, and this is the last fragrance here listed in this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you want to see more content like this, just click the bell, hit the like, and give your comments. Well, I'm not used to say this, so I mean, well, yeah, if you like this video, just please share this video or hit the like button, comment down below if you enjoy this video. What are your favorite sweet fragrances for the summertime? After all, this is just for fun. In the end, you wear what you want to wear, no matter the season, no matter the occasion. It's all about you, it's all about your taste, it's all about what you want to wear. If you want to wear interlude in the summertime, go for it. There's no rules regarding to what to wear during the hot weather, cold weather. Well, this is, I mean, you have, of course, fragrances that might work better during the during the hot weather. You might have fragrances that will work better during the colder weather, but in the end, I mean, there's no rules regarding that. So again, guys, hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.